You mean you eat flies? Gasped Wilbur. Certainly. Flies, bugs, grasshoppers, choice beetles, moths, butterflies, tasty cockroaches, gnats, midgets, daddy longlegs, centipedes, mosquitoes, crickets, anything that is careless enough to get caught on my web. I have to live, don't I? Why, yes, of course, said Wilbur. Do they taste good? Delicious. Of course, I don't really eat them. I drink them. Drink their blood. I love blood, said Charlotte, and her pleasant, thin voice grew even thinner and more pleasant. Don't say that, groaned Wilbur. Please, don't say things like that. Why not? It's true, and I have to say what is true. I'm not entirely happy about my diet of flies and bugs, but that's the way I'm made. A spider has to pick up a living somehow or other, and I happen to be a trapper. I just naturally built a web and trapped flies and other insects. My mother was a trapper before me. Her mother was a trapper before her. All our family have been trappers. Way back for thousands and thousands of years, we spiders have been laying for flies and bugs. It's a miserable inheritance, said Wilbur gloomily. He was sad because his new friend was so bloodthirsty. Yes, it is, agreed Charlotte, but I can't help it. I don't know how the first spider in the early days of the world happened to think up this fancy idea of spinning a web, but she did, and it was so clever of her, too. And since then, all of us spiders had to work the same trick. It's not a bad pitch on the whole. It's true, replied Wilbur, who did not intend to be argued out of position. Well, you can't talk. You have your meals brought to you in a pail. Nobody feeds me. I have to get my own living. I live by my wits. I have to be sharp and clever, lest I go hungry. I have to think of things out. Catch what I can. Take what comes. And it just happens, my friend, that what comes is flies and insects and bugs. And furthermore, said Charlotte, shaking one of her legs, do you realize that if I didn't catch bugs and eat them, bugs would increase and multiply and get so numerous that they'd destroy the earth, wipe out everything? Really? I wouldn't want that to happen. Perhaps your web is a good thing after all. The goose had been listening to this conversation and chuckling to herself. There are a lot of things Wilbur doesn't know about love, she thought. He's really a very innocent pig. He doesn't even know what's going to happen to him around Christmas time. He has no idea that Mrs. Zuckerman larvae are planning to kill him. And the goose raised herself a bit and poked her eggs a little further underneath her so that they would receive the full heat of her warm body and soft feathers. Charlotte stood quietly over the fly, preparing to eat it. Wilbur lay down and closed his eyes. He was tired from his wakeful night and from the excitement of meeting someone for the first time. A breeze brought him the smell of clover, the sweet-smelling world beyond his fence. Well, he thought, I've got a new friend, all right. But what a gamble friendship is. Charlotte is fierce, brutal, scheming, bloodthirsty, everything I don't like. How can I learn to like her, even though she is pretty and, of course, clever? Wilbur was merely suffering the doubts and fears that often go with finding a new friend. In good time, he was to discover that he was mistaken about Charlotte. Underneath her rather bold and cruel exterior, she had a kind heart, and she was to prove loyal and true to the very end. Okay, baby girl. That's it for chapter 5. I just want to tell you that I do love you. I cannot wait until I can hold you in May. It's pretty much the one thing keeping me going right now, and I love you so much, Dakota. Sweet dreams, baby girl.